Selamünaleyküm.
Aleykümselam.
Hojam,
How are
I'm
you?
trying to find the thing that turns my lights on.
Hmm?
Can you give me a second? Selamünaleyküm.
Aleykümselam. Eid Mubarak, Mustafa. How are you?
Mubarak. I'm good. How about you?
Alhamdulillah. So we have finished another Ramadan. That was
Yeah.
so fast. Okay. Mustafa, if you are ready, let's start. Okay, and after that, we'll make another plan for the next
Mm-hmm.
2 months. Okay, because Ramadan time, uh, it's really hard. It was hard to actually follow any schedule, but now we are back to work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing today? We were actually working with you on system of linear functions, linear equations, and we studied how to solve, we learned how to solve a system of linear equations in two variables and graphical method, elimination method, substitution method. And today we're going to practice a few questions about a system of linear equations in three variables. And after that, four, five, six, all systems are solved using the same idea. Okay? And we
Mm-hmm.
have a few more problems. We will see them. And if you have time, also I want to talk about linear inequalities and finish this chapter, okay?
Okay.
In chapter 3 is about transformation. I will skip this for now. You can do this yourself using Desmos. It's not really easy, but it's not hard, but it actually involves a lot of drawing. And now we're going to start quadratic functions, which is one of the most important topic in algebra. Linear functions and quadratic functions, that they are very important in algebra. They are kind of foundation of algebra. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's start then. Mustafa, usually if we are given two equations, we can pick either graphical methods or substitution method or elimination method. But if you're talking about, a system of three equations or four or five, the most actually, how to say, the efficient method to solve this kind of system is elimination method. In math, we call this Gauss elimination method. Gauss is German mathematician who maybe the first time who suggested this method. Okay, the idea is very simple. What is this? Number one, you have to write them in standard form. And what is the standard form here? If we have one variable, the standard form is a ax is equal to b, the standard form. If we have two variables, then standard form is ax plus by is equal to c. And how about if you have three variables, then the standard form is ax plus by plus cz is equal to d. Okay. And later at the college, maybe if you study computer science or something, or engineering, if you take linear algebra at the time, you will learn them in depth. Okay. So how do you solve this? After writing this in standard form, so we need to eliminate one of the variables. And I have to change this into another system which has only two variables. That's the main idea. How can I do that? Using the first two equations, we eliminate z. Using the second and third equations, I can eliminate z. So I will have one system of equations in two variables, which actually we have already studied about this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So using the first one, how can I eliminate z? So I have here 9z and here we have 2z, right? So I multiply the first one by 2, the second one by 9. So if you multiply the first one by 2, the second one by 9, the first equation we have 4x minus 12y plus 18z, which is equal to negative 16. The second equation multiplied by 9, that is 45x plus 9y plus 18z, that's equal to 9 times 10, it is 90. And you see here, now if I subtract the first equation from the second one, so actually these will be gone, right? I will get the first
Mm-hmm.
equation. Then I'm subtracting this, the first one from the second one. Actually, it doesn't matter. 45 minus 4, it is 41x. 9 minus negative 12 plus 21y. 18z is gone. 90 minus negative 16, that is 106. Okay?
Uh-huh.
In a similar way, how about actually if I use second and third equation to eliminate z? First, multiply the second equation by 4. It is 20x and plus 4y plus 8z. We multiply by 4, so we have 40 here. And the second equation, we don't have to multiply. Already they have opposite coefficients. It is 3x plus y minus 8z, which is equal to negative 28. And now here we have 8z, negative 8z. So if I add these two equations, here I subtracted, here I'm adding 20 plus 3, it is 23x. 4y plus y, it is 5y. And the 8c plus negative 8c is gone. 40 plus negative 28, that is 12. And now we have a system of linear equations in two variables. Idea is simple, but it's a bit, it may be a bit long. So let's solve 4 questions. I think that will be enough. How many questions we have here? Yeah, we have only 5 questions. Okay, Mustafa.
Uh-huh.
Now, can you write these two equations and solve it and find x and y? Do it, okay, in your notebook because you know how to do this. If we have the same answer, we will continue. If not, we will discuss it, okay?
Okay.
If numbers are big, you can use a calculator for multiplication.
Okay.
Did you find x?
Um, I'm about to right now.
Okay.
-2. All right, yeah, I found the X.
What is x?
X equals -1.
Very good. Once actually you find this, you know one value, the others is really easy. Just back substitution, right? You can find the other variables. So number one, x is equal to -1. Now number
Mm-hmm.
two, if I just use, for example, let's say the second equation, we can find y. What is y? Y is equal to 12 minus 23 times x. What is x? -1 and divided by 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you calculate this, you will get, what did you get?
Um, -23.
It is 23, 35 is 7, right?
Uh-huh.
35 divided by 5. And now we plug it into any of these equations, the origin equations, either 1 and 2 or 3. Just look at it, which one is simple. So I think the second equation is a bit, actually it doesn't matter. I'm going to use second equation. 5 times -1 plus y, it is 7, plus 2z, that's equal to 10. It's just simple linear equation. And now I can write the solution then x and y and z. It should be equal to, what is it? X is -1, y is 7, and how about z? -5 and 2. It is 8. 8 divided by 2, it should be 4. Okay, Mustafa?
Mm-hmm.
Now you try the next question, question 2. Try to solve this in 3 minutes. Now you know the idea, you have the calculator, you know the methods. But just to gain some experience, that's the question 2.
Okay. Hocam, can you go up a little bit?
The first one is easy, right? If you just add the first equation to the second
Uh-huh.
one, these will be gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already got the first one. I'm doing the second one right now.
So that's the first one is 10x. That's our first equation.
Mm-hmm. 10x
Minus
minus
3y,
3y equals 80.
86, right?
Yeah.
And to get the second one, and this 3 and 11, they are prime numbers. The only way is I need to multiply the first one by 11, the second one by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So multiply by 11, change the color. Multiply by 11, 66x minus 44y plus 33z. That's equal to 11 times 41, right? 41 times 11 is equal to 451. 451. And now the second equation, third equation, multiplied by 3. It is 6x minus 21y minus 33z. And 3 times 85, 240, 255. So now they are the same, so we are going to add, right? If you add this,
Mm-hmm.
72x, add, it is 65y, it is 0, 451 plus 255, which is equal to 706. And now we are going to rewrite these equations together. So this one is 10x minus 3y That's equal to 86. And second equation is, are they divisible by any number? By 3? No. By 13? Um, no. Okay. Unfortunately, they don't have
They
any.
are. Oh wait, are they?
Oh no, 72 is not divisible by
Oh
13.
yeah, no, never mind, never mind.
So that is minus 65y, which is equal to 706. And that's why in a big number, that's why it's algebra 2. In algebra 1, they use smaller and simpler numbers, but in algebra 2, so you have the idea. Now we are trying to, what is it? We are learning how to work with some weird or big numbers. Anyway, so here, as you see here, 3 and 65. They don't have any common factor. So the only way is I multiply this by 65 and multiply this by 3. So if you multiply by 65, what do we have here?
650x and then minus 195y equals 86 times 5,590.
5590. The second one by 3, 216x minus 195y equals, it is 18, 21, 21, 18. That's it. So now they're the same, right? We need to subtract. If you subtract 650 minus 216, so that's equal to 434, 434x. And here we have 5590 minus 2118. That's equal to 3472. And now if you divide this by 434, I think
8.
3472 divided by 4,
It's 8.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
8.
8. That's the most important step. And the rest is by just
Uh-huh.
back substitution, we can actually get the value of y and the value of z. Okay. Mustafa,
Mm-hmm.
now can you find the value of y? Plug it
Mm-hmm.
into, for example, this equation and solve it. 10 times 8 minus 3y is equal to 86. So what is y?
Y um negative no is yeah -2.
Negative 2?
Yeah,
86, right? Negative 2.
yeah.
Okay, now also we know the value of y. And we have to plug it into, let's say, the second equation. So 6 times x. It is 8 plus, not plus, it is minus 4 times negative 2 plus 3z. That's equal to 45. It's just linear equation. And find z. What is z? 48. It is negative
Mm,
3. 8 is
48 and then negative.
is it minus 11 over 3?
Um, 45 minus.
6 times
I
8.
think so, yeah.
No, 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 no. I think I made a mistake here. It's not 41. It's 41. Not 44.
Oh,
It's 41.
so that'd be -15. So then Z would be -5.
48. It is 8. 56, right? And negative
Mm-hmm.
15, negative 5. So now we can write the final answer x, y, z. That is x 8, y negative 2, and negative 5. Okay, Mustafa?
Mm-hmm.
Now we have 5 questions. Mustafa, now I'll give you 3 minutes. know him, nothing. When you just finalize everything, find the value of x and y and z, then we will discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Can you try question
Okay.
three? Then we'll solve maybe two more problems. That's it about this.
Okay.
3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
Mustafa, did you get x?
No, this is a lot more bigger number than I was expecting. Um,
Yes.
I'm on the last part. think I got something wrong somewhere down the line.
Hmm?
I think I did something wrong somewhere down the line.
Look, Mustafa, if you just look at this system, here we have the first one 8z, negative z, and 4z. How about if
Mm-hmm.
I change all these coefficients into 8z, the second equation multiplied by 8, the third equation by 2.
Mm.
If I add the first and the second equation, 5 plus 72, we have 77x. Negative 3 plus negative 32, negative 35y. And these z's are gone. So this one is 48 and the AD, so that's equal to minus 539. And how about the second and third? It is 82x. And if you add this minus 28y, so that's equal to, it is 4 minus, it is 4, 8 plus 9, it is 17, and 4 and 5. Right?
Uh-huh.
Big numbers should not be actually, can I simplify this? I think 14, I can a bit simplify, because the first equation, all numbers are divisible by 7. And the second one, divisible by 2. At least it will be much simpler. Also, direct I can multiply, but if I simplify and do this, it will be much better. You see, if I divide this first equation by 7, we have here 11x minus 5y divided by 7 minus 53 is 7, 49 it is 7. And the second one divided by 2, 41x minus 14y divided by 2 minus 2, 17 is 8, and 14 it is 7. Right? And now what do we next? Multiply this one by 7, not 7, 14, right? So this one by 5. So can you continue from here?
Mm-hmm.
Or tell me, I'm going to write the equation. Multiply by 14. What is 11 times 14?
11 times 14, 154
154x minus
minus
5 times 14 is 70.
70y
Okay.
minus
Now 77 times 14.
1078.
What is it?
1078.
1 minus 1078. The second one by 5, 205x
205x and then 7 -70y and 287 1435.
Now we need to subtract. Okay, let me subtract the first equation from the second one because 205 is greater than. So 205 minus 154. So that's equal to
51x
51x. And how about if you subtract this? It is,
3 negative 3 357.
okay, now if you divide both sides by 51, you get x. X is equal to negative 7.
Wait, we're subtracting, right?
Dividing.
Oh, okay.
It's
No, 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 wait.
51x, right?
The step before.
Yeah, we subtract.
But wouldn't negative 1435 minus negative 1078 be different?
Now I subtracted like this because 205 is greater than 154.
Mm-hmm.
I subtract the first one from the second one. So that is negative 1435 minus negative 1075. That's equal to negative 357.
Hmm. Okay.
Also, you can subtract. If you subtract the second one from the first one, on the left-hand side, you will have negative number. On the right-hand side, you have positive number. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now let's find y. Using the first equation, what is y?
The second equation.
Yeah, using this one.
Uh, so
So that
negative
is 11 times 5, right? 11 times negative
mm,
7 is 7. And plus, what is it? Is it 0?
yeah, I think it's 0. I got 0.
Okay, yeah, it is 0. So y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, then z will be, I mean, easily found. So 9 minus 6 is 3 plus, is it 3? Negative 3?
Uh-huh. I think
Because
what
9
next?
times negative 7, negative 6 is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the minus is positive 3, that's equal to negative 60.
Yeah.
So that's why the answer will be negative 7 and 0 and negative 3. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also, hocam,
Yes.
uh, in 3 days, I have PSAT. Can we do some like PSAT questions?
We can, but basic questions are very simple, basic math.
Is there gonna be any like algebra 2 in it, or is it just gonna be like geometry and algebra 1?
Usually, there will be some algebra too, but very standard basic question. We can practice maybe in our next class.
Mm.
Like if you have any paper, bring it. Otherwise, I can actually, what is this? Open some questions and practice together.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What
When is our
program
next
do you
class?
use at school? Do you use Albert?
What?
Albert.
For what?
At school, do you use Albert?
No.
Albert, oh, in Albert's PSIT questions. Albert IO. Oh, okay, library. Just a
I've
second.
heard of it, I think, but I've never used
College, math, abstract, commented, linear algebra, multivariable, college trigonometry. Okay, AP English, AP Calculus, environmental physics, psychology. Okay, ACT. Okay, SAT. Well, you said PSAT or
it. Yeah, PSAT.
hmm, okay. All right. Okay. In our next class, we can when is your exam?
This Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah.
But we don't
I've
have
been
class until Thursday.
I was studying for it like earlier today and like yesterday and the day before, but like just in case. Or
Yeah.
if there's like any questions you could send me study on or anything like that, that'll also work.
Yeah, if you told me earlier, I would prepare. Now, if I, prepare, it takes time, and we don't have that much
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
We have online questions, but I need to choose and prepare. It takes time. I need to assign and send a link to you and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, Mustafa. Now let's continue. Let's finish this. This kind of
Hmm.
things you have to tell me earlier. Like, for example, at least if we have class at 8 o'clock, if you tell me like 5 o'clock, I would prepare and make it ready. Otherwise, we may waste time.
Hmm.
Well, if you have ready one, I can have a look. But if you don't have ready one in PDF, it's a problem. Okay, Mustafa.
Hmm.
Well, if you have any questions, we can have a look. Do you have any questions?
Not at the camp.
Usually it's really basic math. It's not very, it requires too much calculation. Okay. Now, word problem. Let's solve two questions and we'll see if we have time. continue. Otherwise, that's all for today. Applications. Read the question.
The theater sell oh, okay. The theater sells three types of tickets: general admission, senior citizens, and child. Mark bought nine general admissions, two senior citizens, and three child tickets, and paid $170. Sarah bought five general admissions, four senior citizens, and seven child tickets, and paid 173. Kyle bought four general admissions, one senior citizen, and six citizen tickets, and paid $116.5. Find the cost of each type of ticket.
Okay, in algebra 2 also, this is not very complicated. Usually linear equations is not very complicated, you know. So we are talking about three different tickets, right? There's
Yeah.
general admission, senior citizen, and child. And suppose that general admission, okay, so let's say it is each general admission ticket is X dollars, and senior citizen, let's say it is Y dollars, and child ticket, let's say it is Z dollars. Then Mark bought nine general admission, that is 9X, it costs 9X dollars. Two senior, right, that is 2Y dollars. And three child ticket, that costs 3Z, and paid $170. And Sarah bought 5X, and five general admission, four senior citizen, and seven child ticket, right? Seven child tickets, and paid $173. Kyle bought four general admission tickets, and one senior citizen, and six child tickets, and paid $116.50. So that's it. That's our system. And now we have just practiced how to solve this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can actually, in one step, I can bring them into the same coefficients of z. You see, what is the least common multiple? What is the least common multiple of 3, 6, and 7? What is it?
Uh,
42. Right? 42 is divisible by all of these numbers.
uh-huh.
3 times 14, 6 times 7, 7 times 6. So to get 42, we should multiply this by 14, and this one by 6, this one by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mustafa, multiply and tell me. What is 9 times 14? 9
Um,
times 10, 90 plus 36, 126, right?
mm-hmm.
126x. And these are small numbers. 14 times 2, 28.
28
Right? 3 times 14,
and
it is 42.
42.
And 14 times 7, 117.
Um, 2,380.
2,380.
380.
Okay, we are done with this part. The second one by 6. 6 times 5. It is
30x plus 24y plus 42z equals 1,038.
okay. And the last one, 7.
Uh 28x plus 7y plus 42z equals 815.5.
Okay. Now we subtract the second one from the first one and the third one from the second one, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So 126 minus 30
A 96
minus 6. 96x
plus
plus
4y
4y.
equals 2380. zero, three, 1,342.
Okay. And the third one from the second one, 30 minus 28,
2x, 2x plus 14, no,
17.
2x plus 17y equals 0, 38 minus 8, 15. 222.5.
Okay. And now this 4 and 7, they are co-prime numbers. The only way is we have to multiply the first one by 17 and the second equation by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which
Um,
is
1,637. Wait, times, right? Yeah.
1, 6,
1,632x plus 68 equals 22,814.
814. The second one multiplied by 4, it is 8x.
8x plus 68y equals 800, 889. No, 890.
9. So now we subtract and divide it, right?
Mm-hmm.
1632 minus 8, that's equal to 1624 x. And 22,814 minus 890, that's equal to 21,924. You see, on purpose, they are given this number because you are algebra 2 student. You should not be aware of, you should not be afraid of these big numbers. You have a calculator, you know the method. So now if you divide
Mm-hmm.
both sides by 1624, 29, right,
This is
divided by
13.5.
624, it is 13.5. 13.5. Okay, we got x. And
Mm-hmm.
now, using this one, we can get the value of y. We're going to do here. What is y? I think not this one.
8.
That's a bit big number, right? I think we should use this number, this equation. Okay.
Okay.
So y is equal to
So 27.
225.5 minus 2 times x, that is 13.5, and divided by 17.
11.5.
11.5?
Yeah.
11.5. That's y. Okay, let me just leave this a 1 and 2 and z. So for z, which equation should we use? I think it doesn't matter. Let me use the first one.
Let's use
Z is equal to 170 minus 9 times x. X is 13.5 minus 2 times z. 2 times 11.5. And the coefficient of z is 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you understand everything I'm doing here, right?
Yes.
Just isolating. That's why before algebra 2, you should know how to solve linear equations really well so that you can learn better. So at the top, 170 minus 9 times 13.5. Minus,
121.5.
what is it? Is it 8.5?
121.5.
No, z. What is the value of z?
Oh, okay. Um, Let me write it down.
8.5.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Just actually calculate. So that is the value of x, and that is the value of y, and it is z. So now the final step we can write here. General admission, it is $13.5. And the adult ticket $11.5, and child tickets it is $8.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. We have exam themselves maybe the better methods. Yeah, we have also 5 questions.
So for the word ones, it's basically the other one, but you just gotta write it. You gotta write the equation down from the word way, right?
Yeah. Mustafa, let's not
Mm-hmm.
actually change our focus. Okay, let's do one more question, and that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea of solving system of linear equations. It doesn't matter you have 3 or 4 or 5. Just it may be a bit long, but the step by step. If you have 4, you have to first eliminate z. After that, eliminate what is that? If it is x, y, z, w, and z, and y, and x. If it is 5 and 6 and 7, all of the systems are solved in the same way. The most important thing is in manipulation, you should not make a mistake in solving a question. So let's solve one more question and finish our today's class. Which one? Let's do. Okay, questions are similar, not so different. Let's do this question, question 7. With the question,
Jamie has a collection of 78 nickels, dimes, and quarters worth $12.40. If the number of quarters is doubled, the value becomes $22.15. How many of each type of coin does Jamie have?
first think, okay, 2 minutes, then write the equation, then we'll discuss. Okay, first we should be able to write
Mhm.
a right equation.
Do I have to write it 0.05 like that, or can I just write 5?
The first 78, right? Altogether, that
Yeah.
means that the number of coins altogether is 78,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the first equation would be what?
Um,
X plus Y. These are
plus
the number of
5.
coins, number of nickels, number of
Mm-hmm.
dimes, and number of quarters, right? So that's equal to
Mm-hmm.
78. That's our first equation, right? And what is the second equation?
Mm, 0.05 times x plus 0.1 times y plus 0.25 times z equals 12.40.
Let's write everything in cents so you don't have to deal with decimals, Mustafa.
Mm-hmm.
So nickel is
Okay.
5 cents, right?
Uh-huh.
So it is
So
5x.
5x
Dimes
plus
10,
10y
10y,
plus 25z
25z.
equals one 1,240.
Okay. That's the second equation. How about the third equation?
The third equation, um 5x times 2
5x
plus
plus, it says quarters, right?
oh quarters, my bad. 5x plus 10y plus 25z times
50z.
2. Okay, 50z.
So we are doubling, right? We are doubling
Mm-hmm.
the number of quarters. Because we have z quarters. Now, if we double,
Mm-hmm.
that means now we have 2z quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is 50z. Quarters, it becomes 22 and 15. Okay, but before you
Mm-hmm.
start, as you see here in the second and third equation, all numbers are divisible by 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can a bit simplify this more. Okay, let's rewrite this, then you will try to solve this. The first equation is already in the simplest form, x plus y plus z, that's equal to 78. The second one, divide everything by 5. So here we have x,
X plus 2y plus 5z equals 248.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The
for the
third one
third
also
one,
divide by 5.
x plus 2y plus 10z equals, um, whoops,
22 divided by 5, 4. 21 divided by 5, 4. 15 divided by 5 is 3, right?
443.
You
Yeah.
see, every time you don't have to eliminate z first. But here in this system, which one is easiest to be eliminated? It is x, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's eliminate x. You see here, if you eliminate x, x minus x, 0, 2y minus y, it is y, 5z minus z, it is 4z, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 248 minus 78, which is equal to 170. And now here, in the same way, if you subtract this, it becomes even much faster because x plus x to what to y, they are the same. 10z minus 5z, here we have 5z, which is equal to 443 minus 248, which is equal to 195. And now if you divide both sides by 5, I can get the value of z, which is equal to 4039, right? Mustafa, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And now after that, we can find the value of y. What is the value of y? Y is
Mm,
equal to 170 minus 4 times z, which is 39, right?
yeah. So y equals 14.
Y equals 14.
And then if we plug it all in, mm, x equals 25.
Just a second. I need to connect my pen to the charger. It was running out of the battery. So what is y?
Y equals 14.
14. Then we can find x, right? X is equal to 78
Uh-huh.
minus z. Z is
53.
39 minus y. It is 14. It's equal to 25.
Yeah.
25. Okay. So what is the question? How many of each type of coin does Jimmy have? So we can write here. Okay, that is dot, dot, dot. So quarter, 25. Not quarter, it is nickel, right? And dimes, it is 14. And the quarters, 39. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa, here we have some more questions. We have to practice because practice is not about learning, it's about to get intuition. Otherwise, so you can solve it, but you may make a mistake, you may solve it slowly, you may have to think. But as you practice more, you can just feel this. You don't have to, you think really fast. Okay, Mustafa, before we finish the class, so it is Ramadan time is over. So from now on, I am also scheduling my new classes. So if you are late, if you actually absent without prior notification or reminder, okay, that will be not good. Okay, Mustafa, because I will not have much time to wait and to change this. From today, now I'm going to schedule my new classes. In case if it is emergency, you have to let me know at least 3 or 4 hours before the class, Mustafa. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, try to be punctual because after you, I have another class, so I can delay this. Not today, but starting tomorrow, I will continue my classes because in Ramadan time, I didn't teach much. I actually halted all classes. Okay, so Mustafa, what days can
Mm-hmm.
we have class? Let me schedule this and I will actually Send it to your mother and see what she says.
Um,
Day 7.
we can continue the same if you're available.
And now, I didn't get because I have another class on Thursday. I couldn't think of
Mhm.
your time, and I scheduled another one after that. I remember this, so we have to change the dates. So Monday is 8 o'clock, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Monday. And how about another day?
Other than Monday, I'm available Wednesdays and Tuesdays.
Wednesday and
Tuesday.
hmm,
I can also do Sunday if you're available.
Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Sunday. What time?
Um, Sunday. Let's do the morning.
Morning?
Yeah, morning. So like one or two.
You mean afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay, I have class at 10, 11. Okay, 12 is good or
Yeah, 12
12:30?
is good. Yeah.
What time?
Mm, let's do 12:30 just in case.
Yeah, because also I have class. I need short break. Okay, for this month, okay, I'm going to schedule then Monday 8 o'clock, Sunday 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll schedule and send it to you. Okay, Mustafa.
Okay.
I'll see you on Sunday then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.